I've been recording a whole bunch of interviews and I'm going to come back to those very, very shortly. But I want to jump in today and talk about another topic that I'm hearing a lot about from different people I'm speaking to who are not just starting. They're the people who've actually got depth in expertise. They've often been very successful in business already, but they're now finding this space where they're kind of between two seasons. They've built the business, they've actually gone on the big journey, and they've beaten the dragon. They've done all these things that have really got them to a pinnacle in their life, and now they're kind of like, well, what's next? And they're not looking to retire because they are successful people, whereas the retirees are those people who are pretty much just playing the game that society has taught them, which is that, you know, you go to school, you go to uni potentially, you get yourself a job, you get the gold watch, and then you retire. And those people are not who I'm talking to. If you're thinking about retirement, that's not who I'm speaking to. I'm talking about the people who are not ready to retire. You are done with something, you're done with a lot of things, but you're not done. And so you're stuck between these two seasons of your professional life. And right now, you might be wondering to yourself, what are my options? What are the things that I'm going to do next? And for many of you, and a lot of the people I've been speaking to, it's like, well, there's artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is the big change, the big, juggernaut that is moving the things around, and it is really getting a lot of attention, and I understand that. But it's not going to be long before artificial intelligence becomes normal, and then the thing that people are positioning themselves, which is to be an artificial intelligence consultant, is going to go the way of the dodo. And the example I want to give you is that when the internet really came out, there were internet consultants, and now there are not internet consultants. And then as we headed to the end of the 90s, there were Y2K consultants, and people just specializing in fixing that Y2K problem. Now there are not Y2K consultants. That went and it's gone. Now the same thing with the internet. It's become commonplace. And so we don't have internet consultants anymore. We have the niches within them. And so if you are considering artificial intelligence as maybe the next adventure that you want to go on, that's absolutely fine. But understand that it's a tool that you're going to be using to solve some other problem. So the question is, what problem do you want to solve? And is now a time that you have to make that decision? Well, for many people, it's not. You have time. It may feel like your time's running out because back in the day when you started the thing that you went and built first, you were younger and time didn't have that relativity that it does now. Like, it didn't feel like you were running out of time. But now time is more valuable. As you get older and as you progress, the time, you may feel that the time is ticking, but you've got plenty of it left. So even if you're in your 80s, there is still opportunity for you to be doing the next professional season of your life. And you may be making the most impact of your professional life. A lot of the people that I used to hang around with that actually helped me get a leg up originally were those motivational speakers. And those motivational speakers pretty much just continued on until the day they fell off the perch. And it's because they were enthusiastic. They were interested in learning, and they were interested in getting better, and they were interested in making a bigger impact. And so I think, understand that you don't have to decide to retire or do something else. You can actually take a little bit of time to consider what is the thing that's going to energize you. You don't have to jump on artificial intelligence. But that being said, I think that for those people who are looking for the next adventure, that is a place to explore. It's worth having a look at it. I see a lot of people doing courses, some of them getting certifications around that artificial intelligence. And what's happening on the other side is that they're realizing that artificial intelligence is just a tool, which means that it needs an application. And so really the question is, what next application do I want to focus on? What's really going to float my boat? What is the thing that I'm going to be interested in? And really the other question is, who do I want to support in that? Who are the people that I want to be my clients? Who are the people I want to look out for? Now, there are a couple of considerations when it comes to this next professional season. And one of those is, do you want to do the work that you did when you built your first business or when you were doing all the work that you did previously? It could have been in an executive role. It doesn't mean you have to have started a business. You might have actually got to the top of the corporate ladder, but you did a lot of things to get there. What you do next does not need to be the same. what you do next could be completely different. You might have been on the tools, you might have been physically doing the work, and now it's an opportunity for you to actually take all that expertise and that experience and apply it in a way that you will mentor the next generation of people who are coming through. You might want to do mentoring. You might want to look at consulting, and consulting's more around giving people options and helping them make decisions to move forward. That's a space that I play in a lot. So you've got mentoring, you've got consulting. You might want to do coaching, which is about helping people find the answers within themselves and improve themselves in a professional and a personal way. Now, there's all sorts of great stuff in the world of coaching. But here's the interesting part that I think is important for anybody who's looking to go into that area, whether it be advice, whether it be facilitation, whether it be coaching, mentoring, or consulting, is that there is this tool now. There is this tool called artificial intelligence now. And in using that tool, you'll see that before, it wasn't that effective. In fact, it really wasn't better than most people who had real expertise. But now, it is definitely getting to the point where it's professional expertise delivery. Like, it can give you the answers. The challenge that I'm finding in the actual work when you're working with individuals is that it doesn't matter that it's giving them the answers. They're getting the answers and they're not doing anything with it. It's very much like the old days in the 90s where we used to do consulting and someone would want a document, right? They want a package, they want the actual strategic plan, and we would give that over to them and we'd do it without them. Like, we'd look at a problem, we'd solve the problem, we'd create the plan, and we'd hand it over. And what people would do is say, fantastic, I've got a plan now, and they put it in their drawer, and they never look at it, and they never do anything with it because there was no ownership, right? They weren't part of the solution. And so then we moved from doing those strategic plans to actually running more strategic workshops. We would get people involved in those workshops, and we would make the plan together. And then there was far more involvement in it. But even in that, every time you're telling someone what to do, there is a lack of accountability on their side. There is a lack of ownership on their side, and they are less likely to do it. So there's two things at play here. Number one is if you are going to move into that consulting space, that mentoring space, that advisory space, then you want to understand that it is not doing things for people, right? We need to step back and actually find ways, and that's the frameworks that we have inside the Forge and the Consulting Guild, find ways to help people get to outcomes or empower them to get to outcomes without actually getting involved. Because as soon as we get involved, we become a cog in the machine. And if we take us out, the machine breaks, right? And that's where people get stuck into these contractor roles. And so I'm going to say directly to you, be very careful about becoming a contractor for a large organization if you're trying to get out of doing the work. If you're trying to get out of an employment situation, because the contractor really is just another form of employment. If you are looking to start your next adventure and you want to help people from an advisory point of view, then you want to learn the frameworks and the questions and the processes to enable someone else to actually make their own decisions and to enable someone else to actually take their own steps. And so that's a large part of the work. Now, the other side, and why we don't just write plans anymore and hand them over, is because what we learned is, yes, there was the accountability side of things that was important, but also I can write the best strategic plan in the world, but if the people that I'm working with are not capable of delivering that plan for 1,000 different reasons, then it won't work. Right? The best plan won't work if it's not designed for the people that it needs to be worked with. Now, they could even be have capabilities and far of skills. They could have the right skills so the plan should work, but they might not have the right headspace. They might not have the right people in the right seats. It might not be the right season for them. There might be things that are happening for them or with them, and that might be happening with you as well, where they might have experienced some loss lately. They might have experienced something going wrong in their family. Maybe their child said something to them on the way to work, and now they can't function in the way that the strategic plan requires. And so really the key opportunity for you, if you're going to move into this space, is to realize that the exploration is less about strategy, right? And because you've got expertise, you know strategy is not hard. Even tactics really aren't that difficult. You can come up with variations of the different tactics that people can use to get an outcome. But it's working with humans and human nature to enable them to get the outcomes. because they can already get the answers. They can get the answers from AI. They can type in the question. If they type in the right question, they will get the right response, and then they get what they need to do next. But they're not doing it. They're not implementing. Or worse, the artificial intelligence, if it's not used right, is actually giving them answers in a way that's kind of like having a yes man in your corporate role, where they'll just agree with whatever you think. Oh yeah, that's a great opinion. You've got a great idea there. You should run ahead with it. But in reality, there's no critical thinking, right? And you can even ask the bot to be a critical thinker. But in doing that, it can often use other context that it's using from around the world, or it's not using the right context because you didn't understand the right context. That's what's so useful about you becoming this mentor. And for the same reason, I am a mentor for other people, because I've been there before. I've already been to the future. I can come back and actually show you the multiple paths that you can take, so you can identify which one is going to be best suited to you now within your current professional season or your next professional season. And so there's this opportunity for you here to take a moment and do some exploration. Take a moment, speak to some people. Take a moment and to understand that part of the question is, who do I want to work with? Part of the question is, what do I want to work on? But then finally, who do I want to become? And some people can't quite grasp that. Every day we learn something new, and everything that we learn that is new helps us to evolve. Now, this is not, we're going to start a new identity. We're not going to become a new person overnight. But every experience we have gradually changes us. And if we look at ourselves even 5 years ago, we're a different human today. If we look at ourselves 10 years ago, it's quite obvious. If we look at ourselves 20 years ago, we're a different human, right? And so who do I want to become becomes a really legitimate question when you have the sort of expertise that you have, when you have the sort of experience you have. Because you don't need to learn more about that space, right? You've got the understanding. You'll still apply new learnings to context. The environment changes. How does my understanding of how this works within the environment, how does that change? But the learning is really going to be human going forward. You're learning about yourself. You're really creating a nice depth in understanding of how you work, which enables you to understand how other humans work. Now, they don't all work the same, and that's why we start to learn all these things about human nature. But that's the fun. That's part of the adventure. But the question is, do you have a next adventure? Are you thinking about the options that are available? Are you looking at artificial intelligence? And if you are you realizing that it's a tool just very much like the internet is a tool? And so becoming an expert in the tool is far less useful than becoming an expert in the outcome. Now, we work with people in the guild and the consulting guild and the forge, and we help them determine their next steps, because a large part of what makes a successful person have a successful transition into the next step is doing it in a way that feels natural, but also doesn't take away from what they've already built. You've already done some fantastic work, so it's not about you starting a new thing. It's not cutting off everything and starting again. And I think that's really something I need to say, because so many people consider that they are starting again, and they start from this place. Some of them they've reduced their confidence because they go, I've got to start again, so I'm going to start as a novice. No, you're just taking your next step off the back of all this amazing work that you've done in the past. And so we're building on the work that you've done. We're not changing into a new area and leaving that behind. We want to build on what you've got so that you can actually move to your next professional season. And what I love about your next professional season is that now you've already been successful, you get to select the things that you have in your world. You actually get to choose. You go, I want to select these type of people to work with. I want to select this type of problem to work on. I want to work with these sort of tools, and I want to work in this sort of environment, which means that, I tell you what, it has never been easier to work anywhere in the world with anyone in the world from anywhere in the world. A large part of the work that I do is not in person. I do very little work in person from time to time. I come out of here and actually go and shake hands, right? Kiss hands and shake babies, right? You get out there and actually meet the people. But I work internationally because I can work within this space. I can work within this space. And funnily enough, there was a conversation I just had with Louise Marler, who is an expert in body language and voice and gravitas. And her point on the voice is so powerful because for someone to hear you, the voice needs to touch them, right? People, there is a bone in your ear that vibrates. You probably already know this from high school science. It vibrates, which means that my voice is touching you right now. Now, don't get weird about it, but that's happening. So even though we are in this virtual environment, we are having a form of physical contact. And so knowing that enables me to do a lot of the work that I do. Knowing that enables me to get the sort of results that we get with people because we help them to become who they want to become in this next professional adventure. Adventure is the word, because you start off by going, all right, what am I interested in? One of the things I'm interested in is fantasy, and I love The Lord of the Rings. But The Lord of the Rings had a really interesting tale where you've got these hobbits that are not supposed to leave the Shire, right? Society says don't do it. Society says stay at home, stay in the Shire. And, society has told you that you should get a job and then you should have a family and a white picket fence and you should retire and you should do all these things. But if you ran your own business, you didn't do those things, right? You did something out of the ordinary, right? So you were the equivalent of Sam and Frodo leaving the Shire. They actually went on an expedition, but they didn't intend to have this epic journey. They intended to just go to Rivendell and actually see the elves. They were curious they were like, I need to go to Rivendell. Yes, I've been told to go there, but I'm excited about seeing the elves. And so for you, it just has to be like, your next step doesn't have to be, what is my life-defining journey? It just needs to be, what am I curious about right now? What am I interested in right now? What are the things that are floating my boat right now? And you can start your journey there. The rest will come as you move along. Movement and momentum allow things to come to you. It's kind of like you're driving a car. If you're sitting in a car and it's not on, you can't go anywhere, right? Nothing's going to come to you. But as soon as you turn that engine on and you start driving forward, suddenly you're going to start seeing signs along the road. You've got exits that you can take. You've got options. And so that's the same thing with the next professional season of your life, is that what is the thing you can start moving towards? What is the thing that's of interest to you right now? And in playing with that thing, with working with that thing that is of interest, and maybe it's AI, maybe it's consulting, maybe it's some problem that you really want to solve in the world, because there's plenty of those, right? But once you start moving in that direction, options will start to come to you. And as those options start to come, you get to select. You get to select what happens next. And that's part of the awesomeness that is the professional adventure that you're on, is that you actually get to write a large part of the story. My name is Russell Pearson. This is the Your Consulting Business Podcast. Until next time, stay passionate, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.